Hey, what is up, everybody? Yes, it is finally Fiendish Friday. I hope each and every one of you are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all of that jazz. Hopefully, you guys do like, share, and subscribe. And do always remember that a link for the trailer and a small description of the film and the cast and all that stuff is in the description box. So always, if you're curious about the film that I'm talking about, so please check that out so that you can have something that you can I guess get a visual taste. See if it's your style or not. Otherwise, just if not, go in as blind as can be. That's what I'd like to do. I like to know a very, very, very little about a film. I may just the basic synopsis and who's in it is basically all I am curious about. Cover artwork does a lot now. There's some really great ones out there, and out of modern stuff. I'm trying to think of some off the top of my head. I'm not thinking of any. I'm sorry, guys. My brain's just not working right yet this morning. But there are several newer ones that have great cover artwork. But nowadays, that's usually not the what's going on with that. It's not the issue at hand, because most of the stuff today is all about the floating heads on the artwork. It's all about plastering whose ever face is in the film on it, which if you got to do that, you got to do that. Sometimes you have to promote something that more than likely will be a steaming pile of crap. Sometimes showing who your stars are will help pull in some new viewers and some people that might be interested in at least checking out what you got. Today's one is a crazy, crazy, crazy good one. It's very depressing. I'm not gonna lie. It every time I watch it, it kind of brings me down a little bit. Mostly because there's so much. The whole film is just dark. It's processed over 7 days, and every day is just darker than the next, and it's just brutal. This one's from 1990. It's running. My copy here is running about an hour and 16 minutes. I don't know if there's any other cuts of this film, or if there's any that are, if this one's cut or whatnot. I'm not sure. This is starring Nicolas, Petche, Hermann, Koop, and Heinrich, Ebber, directed by Jorg, Buttgereit. And that is none other than the Todesking, the Death King. Yes, this is one I wanted for years and years and years, and I could not track it down. And then finally, Cult Epics came through and gave us this beautiful release, which it is a DVD. My copy is, there is zero reversible cover art as usual for most of the releases that exist out there. And like I said, it is a pressed DVD, and it's got a ton of special features there on it, guys. There we go, and it's got a bonus for corpse fucking art, which is awesome. Do check that out. It's basically all about this film and the necromantic films, and how I don't know if Shram is part of that or not. I don't think so. It might be. If it is, please let me know, guys. I'm not 100% on that one. I know that it's really a brutal movie. I have Shram. I reviewed it in the past, so if you guys want to know my thoughts on that one, fast forward for a couple of months and you'll find it in there eventually in there somewhere. And I will be eventually getting to Necromantic 1 and 2, but I will be spreading both of those out between a period of time. I don't want to do them too close together because they're such similar films that I don't want it to sound like I'm talking about the same thing over and over again 2 days in a row, if that makes sense. So do look forward for them at some point, though, because I really am a huge fan of the necromantic films. They're very, 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 very good. And once again, Cult Epics came through and knocked it out of the park with amazing transfers. The presentation of everything is great. Like, I have no complaints about it. It is very, very, very crisp, very well done. You can't say anything wrong about what their work that they do. I have a few of their releases. Necromantic, Der Todesking. I can't remember if Shram is one of them. Necromantic 1 and 2, that is. And then I do have Pig in 1334 from Roz Williams, which is very, very bizarre film. I don't know if I'll ever review that one because it's so hard to describe that one because it's out there. It's one that only a few people that I know, not people online, but people I know personally, have ever seen it. I have one good friend that actually owns a copy, and I can guarantee he can't describe it. And he's had it for a lot longer than I've had mine, and I guarantee he's probably seen it more times than me because he's had it so long. And he's a huge Roz Williams fan, so I'm on the fence with it. His stuff was okay. Now, what is this one about? It's spread through 7 different days, Monday through Sunday, and each day of the week has a different theme. And each day is has to deal with death and suicide. It's like Monday, like most of them are suicides. Like there's a murder suicide. There's this super depressing scene about how this guy is describing to this woman that he can't have sex with his wife because she bleeds profusely when they have coitus, and it's depressed him to the point to where she hands this poor bastard a gun, but mind you, the whole time it is raining cats and dogs, and the guy is completely waterlogged and drenched and soaked in with rain water. It is just depressing, and she gives this poor bastard a gun, and he right there. It's just one of those things. It gets to you. There's another video where this guy goes down to a local video store, rents himself. I can't remember what movie it is off the top of my head now, but he rents a film and goes back to his apartment and proceeds to kill his spouse, his girlfriend, his partner, whatever she is. Proceeds to kill her and then post a picture frame on the wall where her brains hit the wall after he shot her. Very, very brutal, and it's not brutal, but it's one of those. It's like it catches you off guard. Every story on this catches you off guard. There's one story in particular where there's 0 actors, 0 dialogue. It's just going over different places where people died. I'm guessing each and every one of these places is where people committed suicide, because it's a lot of like bridges and stuff like that. So I'm guessing jumping off or hanging themselves of some nature would be what they would do. Very scary stuff. What else do we got in there? Let me take a peek on the back. Oh yeah, the very last sequence is really crazy. It kind of reminds me of an insane version of Sid Vicious Midway video, where he goes and he pops everybody, starts shooting everybody at the end of it. Kind of reminds me of that in ways, mixed with the unfortunate death of other, I don't know, like it also made me think of Damage Plan and Dimebag Darrell got shot and killed in that theater or music venue over some stupidness, over something that the guy had no control over. Whatever, it's insane world we live in, but it reminded me of that. Like this girl, she attaches a camera to herself, and she is literally recording it POV style as she's shooting all these people in this crowded venue. She starts with the band playing on stage, and then quickly works her way around. Very, very sick feeling how that one is. very it kind of rattles the nerves, it rattles the soul a little bit, because nowadays with all the mass shootings that happen, it's kind of it's relevant to the times because of everything that we have going on. It's just insane how this is 1990. That's like 30 years ago, and the fact that he was kind of a precursor to what would happen here, in the 90s. We started with the Columbine murders, and I thankfully was out of school already when that happened. I've been out of school for 24 years now, so I'm a little old, if that tells you anything. All right, guys. I'm going to get on to the rating of this one because it's so well done. The technical side of everything, it's going to be a solid 4, because this thing, like I said, it's crisp. The story moves very, very good. One that I watch over and over and over again. I've seen it like 3 times, I believe, now. I try not to watch it too often because it does kind of depress me a little bit because of all the suicide. It's just kind of like a Suicide Club. That's another one that it's so well done. It's so good, but it just depresses the hell out of me. So I'm going to give this a 4 on the 1 through 5 for the technical side. On the entertainment side, it's also going to get a solid 4 as well. 8 out of 10. This is not Jorg Buttgereit, or Jorg, however his name is pronounced. I know I murder it every time. It's not his best film, in my opinion. Necromantic is his greatest film, but this is probably the most polished and the most easily the presentation is just so well done, and there's nothing I can complain about it. It's amazing. And that's why I'm reviewing it today. So remember, always Mondays and Fridays, those 2 days, I always like to pick the biggest movies of the week, because I like to end the week with a bang and start it with a bang. That's just how I roll. Tuesday, I like to save that for crappy movies, but it doesn't always work out that way, because sometimes I get a whole week of solid films. Like, what was it? Like a couple weeks ago, I had like every day was a solid Friday film, so it was kind of a tough week for me on that one. Alright, guys, put that badass baby down. I'm going to get the hell out of here. I hope each and every one of you have a great weekend. Hopefully you get to see something, see some more movies or whatnot, do whatever it is that makes you happy at home, or at least the social distancing bullshit, all that. And, do remember, I will always give you guys plenty of content to watch, so you can binge and laugh at my funny face at all you want. So remember, Monday through Friday, every day, 1 film a day. Saturdays, Sundays, I'm off. Love your faces. Peace.